Hello, Yana Webb here. This is going to be a short video. I'm going to be covering how you can maximize your time by being able to fit piano into your schedule, no matter how busy you are, unless you're away from your piano. But if you continue watching until the end, I will provide you with another useful surprise or useful tool to help you with staying consistent with practice. Now, part of the reason why I'm doing this video is because a lot of my students come to me and they say, hey, Ayana, this is great. I love your tutorials, but I'm so busy, right? I'm so busy doing this and doing that. I just can't find the time to practice. And here's the thing, right? I don't really think that we have a time issue. It's more of a time management issue in most cases, because I ask people, if you could make the effort to find, let's say, 15 minutes, 20 minutes, maybe 5 days out of the week to practice, I'm pretty sure most people are just not that busy to where they can't free up 15, 20 minutes of their time. What oftentimes happens is we wake up, we go about our day, and we don't really give ourselves any kind of structure. So it feels like the day is kind of managing us versus us managing it. So it seems like the day is just kind of happening and we're letting it happen to us. And then at the end of the day, we're just so exhausted and we're like, where did the time go? You know, and I understand that we have responsibilities, we have jobs, we travel, we have kids, we got grandkids. So there's a lot going on. Some of us are involved in community activities, the church, so on and so forth. So it can feel like a lot is happening within a short period of time. So adding piano just seems to be a little bit far-fetched, even if you have a desire to play. But I'm here to tell you that this video is not just about practice, but it's also about managing your time and just making your life overall a lot easier, and then just adding piano as a plus to it. So what I want to talk about today is, I have my notes here, so it's been a long day. I've been recording a lot of videos in one day. So the first thing is, before I even get into the piano practice aspect of it, we're going to talk about the best practices for, pun intended, time management. Now, what I like to do, because I have other responsibilities, but I also run this business, one of the things that I like to do is I like to take time out to be able to schedule out what I need to do for the next day, the next week, the next month. And so one of the things that's going to help me with that, and this is where I start to take control over my day, not just being able to do that, but also ultimately freeing up my time. So let's say if I may plan my week out in advance. I may plan my week out the Friday prior. So if I know that I have a week coming up, I'll sit down. I may take like maybe 20 minutes on Friday or Saturday, whatever day is, is open. And I go, okay, what has to be done next week, right? And what I usually do is, if I have a huge to-do list of things that I need to do, and if I'm already feeling overwhelmed with what I have to do the next week, what I'll do is I will go, okay, what are the top 3 things that absolutely have to be done? And what are the other things, or put it this way, what are the top 3 things that absolutely have a hard deadline and that are super, super important, super critical to what I need to do before the week is out? And everything else, what can be pushed back to the week after, or what can be put on, the back burner, at least for the time being, right? And what that does is it allows me to eliminate the unimportant things, right? And then allows me to free up my time, and automatically or instantly I should feel less overwhelmed, and I should feel like I can have free time. Because I think what a lot of us tend to do without realizing it is we tend to put a lot more on us than what we should. A lot of what it is, the things that we do, we don't really have to do. We just kind of make ourselves do it because in our minds we thought it was important to do. But in the grand scheme of things, in the big picture, a lot of the things that we do aren't really that important. There's usually like maybe 2 or 3 key things that we have to do, and then everything else is just optional. So we start there. I go, okay, what absolutely needs to be done next week? And then outside of that, if I have time to do anything else without feeling overwhelmed, I will add that into my schedule, and everything else would just be pushed back maybe a month or 2 months, and that just makes things a lot easier. And so once I figure out what I need to do for that particular week, then I break it down by the day. How do I do that? the top things I need to do, I need to map out, okay, how much time is it going to take for me to complete this task? I may have a task that may take me an hour. I may have another task that may take me a few hours. I may have a task that may take me 30 minutes. And so what I'll do is I will break it up by the day. Okay, this day, depending on my work schedule, I can fit this in my schedule. Obviously, you want to make time for the essentials, making sure that you have time for your meals, make sure that you have time for your errands, even if you pick a day out of the week to run all of your errands at once, or even be able to, cut that time down by using tools like Instacart or something like that, where you can have your errands run for you, and that will just free up your time. That's what I do sometimes. And so then you're able to block out times of the day to be able to handle X, Y, and Z, while also freeing up your time by eliminating things that just aren't essential or important. And if you do that for each of the days based on what you plan out for the week, you might be very surprised to find out how much free time you actually have, because now you're taking control over your schedule. And the more you do this, the easier it gets. I would suggest getting either a physical or a digital planner of some kind of sort, where it has a monthly schedule, a weekly schedule, a daily schedule, however it's easiest for you to break it down. Because a lot of people don't have planners. I have at least 2. Like, I'm very, very specific when it comes to planning, and it just makes life so much easier. You can have a planner for the kids, you can have a planner for yourself, and you can even teach them how to, manage their schedule. So starting with a planner and just being able to start with that simple task of mapping out your week, cutting out the things that just aren't important or that aren't urgent, right? And then blocking out time and spreading out, your tasks that are important to be able to be done throughout the coming week. And then you're able to wake up and go, okay, I know how my schedule is going to go. I know that I'm going to have free time at a specific time of the day. So that is, as far as the time management goes, it starts there. But before I get into the practice part, I do want to bring it to your attention that I do have a free piano in 3 steps video. If you are a complete beginner and want to learn piano from the very start, I do have a 3 free steps video. It's in the description box. You can sign up for it. It's free. It's a video that shows you how to go from naming the keys to playing both hands together with basic easy chords and basic easy right and left hand exercises. So make sure that you sign up for that before you leave this video. So now that we've gotten the time management part out of the day, here comes the easy part. So now you might find that even if you have, let's say, 4 days out of the week where just by using that practice or that strategy that I've shown you, you might find yourself being able to free up 1 to 2 hours out of maybe 4 or 5 days out of the week. So again, the easy part is just fitting piano into that window. So let's say you might find, okay, I freed up just by, prioritizing my task. I've just freed up an hour of my day where I can just do, whatever it is that I want to do. I can use that hour to fit in 15 minutes or 20 minutes of practice. I'm making sure I'm not missing anything else. So let's say if you're writing out your schedule and you find that, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, after I've blocked out everything else, I have this particular window of time where I can have free. So within that 1 hour or 2 hours, I'm going to put piano at this particular time, where I'm going to just map out just this part of the day is going to be dedicated to piano. No kids bothering me. I'm going to be in the room by myself, and I can just practice for that quiet 15, 20 minutes, or it could be during the time of the day where the kids are, somewhere else. Or okay, this is a time where I can pick, where I know that I will not be bothered within this particular time of the day, and then I'll be able to use that time for practice. So again, starting with the time management part of it, freeing up your time, and then using that free time to practice again, even if it's just 5 days out of the week where you're able to just sit down and go through what you need to go through for 15, 20 minutes. But again, this is more than just about piano, but this is really more about taking control of what's happening in your everyday life. You'd be very surprised just how transformational it is to be able to plan out your day or your week. You would likely feel just overall a lot less overwhelmed, and you'll feel a lot more relaxed and a lot less anxiety, a lot less stress. And then piano is just the icing on the cake. So hopefully this video has been helpful. If it has been, I did say if you watch until the end, I was going to give you guys a cool tool. So I'm going to provide a video in the the top right or the top left corner, wherever it is, where I'm going to do a video on how to cut your practice time in half. So once you've gotten your time management down, then you can use that video to be able to even shorten the time it takes for you to practice what you're working on. So if you like this video, please subscribe, turn on the notification bell. I will be releasing a video once a week, so when I do that, you will get a notification if you turn on that bell. And also like my video because it helps me get more views. And if you have any questions, feel free to put it in the comments section. So other than that, and I'll be sure to answer the questions that you have. So thanks for watching. I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Take care.